Hello and welcome to Valuechain News. I am Naomi Oleribe. First, the headlines. Nigeria's oil revenue threatened as Shell stops Focado's exports. NNPC rakes in 203 billion naira from petroleum product sales in July. Gas production up by 4%. Experts consider long-term outlook over $380 oil projection. Now to the news in details. Nigeria's crude oil revenue looks set to decline as Royal Dutch Shell plc halted crude shipments from the country's Focado's export terminal amid falling oil production. Bloomberg reported on Wednesday that the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria issued a notice of force majeure on Focado's shipments effective from midday on Tuesday and planned to issue a revised offtake program in due course. More than 200,000 barrels per day of Nigerian crude normally pass through the terminal, according to the report. The shutdown comes just a month after Shell said it was restoring flows from the nearby Bonny facility. The stoppage occurred during replacement of one of the two single-point moorings at Focados with the positioning of a jack-up barge preventing tanker access, export operations and resumption of food production into the terminal. Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited was quoted as saying in a notice. The presence of the jack-up offshore support vessel Seacore Strength at the Focados mooring was confirmed by ship tracking data monitored by Bloomberg. According to the report, neither NNPC nor Shell gave an indication of the likely duration of the stoppage. A total sum of 203.73 billion naira was made on the sale of white products in the month of July 2021 by the Petroleum Product Marketing Company (PPMC), a downstream subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) Limited. This was contained in the July 2021 figures of the NNPC Monthly Financial and Operations Report (MFOR). The report also revealed that total revenues generated from the sales of white products for the period of July 2020 to July 2021 stood at over 2.563 trillion naira, where PMS contributed about 99.67% of the total sales. Similarly, a total of 1.544 billion liters of petroleum products were sold and distributed by the PPMC in the month of July 2021, with PMS accounting for 99% of total volume. Total sale of petroleum products for the period of July 2020 to 2021 stood at 19.535 billion liters, and premium motor spirits accounted for 99.73% of total volume, the report stated. Experts insist that oil prices may jump to $380 per barrel given global energy development ahead of 2050. While Nigeria, especially the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, had earlier predicted that the price would peak at $200 given the lack of investments in the sector. Russia's oil producer Lukoil, in his long-term energy outlook, said the price is on its way to $380 latest by 2050. Group General Manager for National Petroleum Investment Management Services Bala Wunti had earlier noted that the effects of investment decisions being made now will be felt in about 5 years. Libya's State National Oil Corporation announced a state of force majeure on Monday at El Sharara, El Fiu, Al Wafa and Hamanda fields after the petroleum facilities guards shut down oil production. The shutdown will lead to the loss of more than 300,000 barrels of oil per day. The loss will lead to the wasting of the country's wealth and the continued impoverishment of the Libyan people, the NOC said. It said it regrets what happened in this new chapter in the series of closures that occur whenever oil prices improve. NOC Chairman Mustafa San Allah said, "We cannot accept or turn a blind eye to the practices that cause suffering to citizens, and we cannot make these practices a means to politicize the livelihood of the Libyans for regional purpose or to achieve gains and interests of individuals without any concerns of the ABCs of the professional work, and we will not allow them to play a role in the national oil sector." San Allah added, "The implementation of our commitment to refiners and the oil markets has become impossible, and accordingly, we are obliged to declare the state of force majeure." Fire incident happened at the ExxonMobil oil refineries in Texas, leaving several people injured early Thursday after what officials and local residents suggested may have been an explosion. At least 3 people were transported to a hospital by air ambulance as authorities responded to the major industrial accident in Baytown, just over 25 miles east of Houston, officials said. In a statement, the Harris County Sheriff Office said deputies were responding to the incident and that some injuries had been reported. It asked residents to avoid the following area of the incident, which unfolded at around 1 a.m. local time. In a separate statement, Harris County Sheriff said at least 4 people had been injured and 3 taken to the hospital by air ambulance. A 4th person was also being transported to the hospital, he said. Gonzalez said initial reports suggested that some type of explosion had occurred inside the plant. He said that for now, there were no indication that nearby residents would need to evacuate the area or shelter in place. The federal government yesterday launched the National Development Plan (NDP) at the State House in Abuja, setting the tone for Nigeria's next economic destination. Presenting the document to the President, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, said the project was a successor project to both the economic recovery and the growth plan and the vision of 2020. She added that the program will prioritize robust infrastructure, economic stability, improve social indicators, and living conditions of Nigerians. Ahmed observed that the plan was a pointer to Nigeria that the citizens desire, adding that it will encourage deployment of science, technology, and innovation to drive growth. Before we end the news, here's a recap of our headlines. Nigeria's oil revenue threatened as Shell stops Focado's exports. NNPC rakes in 203 billion naira from petroleum product sales in July, gas production up by 4%. Experts consider long-term outlook over $380 oil projection. And that's the news. My name is Naomi Oleribe. Good afternoon.